On the last episode of the adventure of Midrest, our friends Jables and Drago and Zolver almost fled the city. Our friend Vasad became a lawyer and got Drago out of potential jail. They navigated the city, made it back to Remy's pub, and Zolver didn't become with her lady friend and his lady friend. And then Drago and them went back to the Adventurers Guild and met with the Guardians of Arcana and found out some crazy information on the shards. Jables found out some information in regards to necromancy. And Vasad got duped with that meeting. They were supposed to be together and they were not. But we are going to pick up tonight with Grimholdt.
Why is this fruit so large?
Well, son, those hail from the western part of the world of Midrest.
It's so beautiful. The color is so strange.
It tastes pretty good, too. You should try a bite.
Oi, shopkeep. How much for this?
For you, Mr. Scalbrand. For you, little one, you can have it for free.
Oh, really? I thank you so much.
Thank you, shopkeep. The door opens and shuts behind you as you, Grimholdt, and your father walk out into the market.
You're right, Dad. This is really good.
There's a lot more where that came from. And you being a part of a scale brand, there's going to be a lot I will show you.
Oi, I can't wait to see it, Father. There's so many things.
But no need to rush. Enjoy your youth. Shall we head deeper into the market and fetch something for Mother?
Yes, I think that's a grand idea. Oh wow, look at that flag. It's so pretty.
That flag right there is the insignia for the war that was won.
The war?
Yes.
I've heard a little bit.
Perhaps maybe one day we can go to the races in Blackwood and watch the racers there as they celebrate that victory.
Where did they race, Father?
They race in the treacherous borders of Eldoria. And they cut back through the village and I just remember this one time. It was so exciting. So exciting. And as you guys are walking, another person bumps into him. Hello, lad. Watch where you're going. I'm with my boy. And this other person, with his hood over, had a very similar features as your dad. You're nothing to me. Excuse me. I'm more to you than you think. And he looks back, and your dad looks more at you, down at you, and says, never mind that pestilence. And the other says, who you calling pestilence? And in a split second, your father turns around and grabs him by the cloak and said, leave. Your kind away from me and my son. And then shoves him and lets go of the cloak. I'm sorry you had to see that, son.
Father, what was that?
You'll learn over time, son. It's a deep, inherited feeling.
Over time, you say?
At this point, a bold shape comes to your vision of a ring suspended and float, but rotating in space. And the backdrop behind that ring is a marbled floor. And as soon as it gets closer to the floor, you can see the shadow now, as if now you can tell that this ring is falling. And it hits the ground.
Oh, that was one hell of a dream, lads.
At this point, Grimhold, you awaken to an empty guild hall. You can see some of the beds was shuffled, and some of the places on the main map where the table is a little messed up as well, but it's a very empty hall.
Oi, Z. Felix. Wonder where they all wandered off to. At this point, I'm going to get out of bed and proceed to look around the room.
Okay.
Any traces? Maybe they left a note or something.
Yeah. Roll an investigation check. 5. As you're kind of making your way through the guild hall, it's very open. No really doors to each of the rooms. You don't notice or find anything that alluded to where they're going or where anyone is. It's just you in this guild hall.
I wanna, sometimes people like to hang out back. I'm gonna go out the back door, see if anybody's out there. So go open the door.
Okay. As you open the door, you see a crowded junction. To your left, you can kind of see where it kind of cascades down, and you can see the water, the ocean to the left. And straight ahead of you, you can see a bustling market. You see off in the distance, roll a perception check for me. Seven. You notice there's some commotion going on, but it's nothing that's alarming to you. You just notice that some guards are kind of navigating their way towards where the gate is, the northern gate is. And you can see a little bit that there's some other people kind of like peering over other shoulders, kind of looking to see what's going on, but it's nothing of too concerning to you.
Okay. I'll go back inside.
Okay.
Go ahead and start getting dressed for the day.
Okay. Let me get to the... As you go back inside, you... Sorry, right here. As you go back inside, not any of the areas have been technically claimed yet. Z has claimed a top bunk towards a room, but no other rooms have been technically claimed yet.
Okay. Want to go around and look at the rooms.
As you walk around, each of the rooms look very structured, ordered books, basic laws of the land. You can see some tapestry, nothing too expensive, kind of just very plain, just to kind of put something into a room. And you notice that there's a desk with a little candle that's positioned to where if there's any nighttime research or anything, that's set up for an individual, and that's kind of how all of them are structured.
Okay. Well, if it appears no one has claimed any of them, is there one that is about the same distance to the front and back exit?
Okay, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Is there a room that is about the same distance to the front and back exit?
Yes, there's 2 rooms. There's one on your left, and there's one on the right.
Okay. I'll just take the one on the left.
Okay. And of course, there's a big table with the map of Eldoria in the middle of the room. So you take the one on the left, and now you're at the back door, so you're taking the one to the left. Okay. So I know that this was Grimholdts. Okay. So you just go in, you just see kind of dust on some books. Roll an investigation check.
18.
18. As you go up to the desk, you notice that there are some scratch marks on the desk, that this was once someone else's. You can see where it was etched in R, and then the etching kind of fades, and then it goes into MI.
You said R, and then it kind of fades, and it's MI?
Yep.
Okay. And that's on the desk?
Yep.
Alright. Anything, are the books of any note to me, anything I might be particularly interested in?
You look at some books, you can see a child's lore book. Not so much of a child's book, it's meant for like young adults. It's called Unlimited Power, and you notice that it's tucked in a position to where it's kind of like, looks like it was being read, but it's not. It's just kind of put back up there.
Okay. What's here? Well, I suppose I'll get my day started and just walk out the front door.
Okay. As you walk out of the front door, you see guards standing up front, kind of like talking with other people and handing out these little notes to each person. Ah, sir.
Hey, yes.
Here's this. This is being passed down from Grelak himself. The city is going under lockdown, and no one may enter or leave the city once this happens tomorrow at dawn.
Before I respond to him, I want to look at the note.
Okay.
What does it say?
It just says that the city is undergoing an investigation for the bombings, and that the city's main gates, or all the gates to the city, are closing it tomorrow at dawn. And the only way you can leave is if it's diplomatic or political matters only.
Oh, hey, lad. How long have you been stationed here, handing these out?
Earlier this morning, we just received these, and we've been passing them out ever since. My duty is to relieve all of these slips until.
Did you happen to see where my companions here from the Adventurers Guild? There was a group of us, and I had a very deep slumber. You know how it goes. Sometimes you need to sleep it off.
That is true. That is true, sir. Can you describe them to me? I may have seen them.
There is we'll call him a wily fellow. He tends to wear a cloak, can be kind of loud and boisterous. There is a lizard.
A lizard?
Yes.
A young one? Youngling?
Yeah, he's pretty young.
The only one I've seen around in these parts, actually, they went to the courthouse. They were being escorted by... No, I'm sorry. I saw them earlier today. I was one of the guards that was with the other guard that was questioning him at the door. Yes. I did, but I did not see them leave, no.
Did they say what they were there for?
What they were at the Adventures?
What they were going to the courthouse for?
Oh, That I'm not sure. I'm not too sure about that.
Do you remember about how long ago this would have been read?
Maybe an hour or two, maybe.
Okay, I do appreciate you, sir.
Hey, absolutely. Just remember that at dawn, this becomes official. So,
Yes, sir.
you, ma'am. And he walks off.
Alright, I'm gonna pop off
Okay.
and I'm gonna make my way to the courthouse, see if I can find my friends.
Okay. You kind of navigate through the thick, bustling crowd. As you go ahead and roll a perception check.
19.
19. As you were walking up to the courthouse, you notice a figure wearing a purple cloak with a medallion, big medallion in the center of his chest, walking up to the courthouse.
Do I know this person?
You know that that people that wear that with that medallion is a Guardian Arcana.
Guardian of Arcana. Okay. I want to see if I can just kind of trail them, see where they're going.
Okay. As you're making your way close, he goes directly into the courthouse, and the door shuts behind him.
I want to try and attempt to make my way into the courthouse.
Okay. As you approach, you see two guards out front with their spears sitting side by side. Excuse me, sir. There's a court case in session currently, and no one's permitted to go in at this time.
Court case, you say?
Yes, sir.
Who's on trial?
One of the potential suspects for the bombings earlier.
Oh, they found somebody, have they?
Yes. Reports came in from an anonymous tip, and now they're being questioned now.
Someone from here? Someone...
Yes, someone of Edgecliff, yes.
Okay, interesting. Well, might I be able to sit in and listen?
Whenever the next court, or whenever the next case opens, the public will be allowed to come in and facilitate questioning and things like that.
I'm gonna try and persuade him.
Okay.
Using, even though I don't have the ring, my family's name.
Okay.
You know that bombing. I was in there. I combated with the hand. They tried to kill me. They killed my friend, as you know, Miles, the detective.
You're referring to the bombing that was happening at the Scarlet Hall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This case is a different bombing. This happened earlier in the day of that day.
Another bombing.
Yes. Yep. It happened earlier in the day. It happened in the market.
I had not heard of this.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe the two could be connected of some sort.
Possibly.
If at all possible. I don't know if you know me. My name is Grimholdts Suprise. I'd really like to sit in on this. Trying to see if I can figure out something about this hand situation.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Skillbrand, my hands are tied on this is just a protection for the Judge Piercer. This is just part of the routine that we have to go through. But like I said, anytime that when the case ends, you can get your seat for the next case, and you'll be permitted to come in then. Normally, these cases don't last that long. Once they find they're either guilty or they're not.
What happens if this person is found guilty?
They're immediately transported to the prison.
Okay.
To the city's keep.
Okay. Will they be brought through the streets so people can see the face of a heinous criminal?
Nope. They actually pass through a secret tunnel that we have located underneath the house here.
Can I roll a history, I guess it would be, to see if I would happen to know of any way to get access to this tunnel?
Yeah.
16.
You have had recalls of meeting with some figures at a pub before that talked about how they were being transported through these tunnels to get to the through the courthouse. What they do is they blindfold you, and then they take you down, and then they take you across the city to the keep.
Okay.
But you don't know of the access points, but you do know of like the tunnel that leads from the courthouse to the.
Right. Well, sir, I'm sorry to bother you.
Oh no, not at all.
Trying to find my friends from the Adventurers Guild, and so
Understandable, so.
caught my attention. The terrorism is of peak interest to us, as I'm sure you can understand.
It is on the forefront of the Eldorian Guard, yes. And you said you're part of the Adventure Guild.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like looks both ways, looks at the other guard. How do you get into the Adventure Guild? Are you guys hiring? The wages here are lousy, and we wanna see some action.
Going to attempt to persuade him.
Okay.
27.
27.
Well, friend, if you don't have an inn, it can be very difficult to get in. But if maybe you were to help somebody out, let somebody sit in on a court session, someone could put in a good word. We pay quite well.
Well, do I risk letting you go in and dealing with the teller, and then there really is no other way of getting into that case without interrupting the case? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go in. I'll talk to the teller and see if maybe we can get you to the upper balcony.
Oh, I do appreciate that, lad.
Okay. Just one moment. You see the one guard go inside. The other guard says, "So, hope we find the people that did it.
Oh, it's
I got family coming in."
a terrible situation, and the fact that it's gotten serious enough we have to shut down the whole city. It's quite a scary thing.
Yeah. A lot of protection measures for Mr. Greylock and the judges and high political figures.
Understand.
Our city is strong, but
We will weather this storm.
I'll tell you what. If it's anyone from that undermarket, I hope they send a fireball straight through those tunnels.
It'll take a lot more than a fireball. They're resilient.
Maybe we can. I hate to go to war with our own undermarket, but maybe we can arrest every one of them. Maybe the leaders down there. But we can't get enough of them to get down there. There's more of them than there is of us.
Oh, by a vast margin, my lad.
Yeah. The door creaks back open. The case is actually coming to a close soon. They're actually going to do a guardian scan, and then it's over. As of right now, he's found not guilty. So that's from the understanding.
Well, I appreciate you
Hey, absolutely.
checking. Your name?
My name is Antha.
All right. Well, I'll be on my way, and I'll be sure to keep in a good mind of you, Drantha. Have a good day.
Thank you.
I specifically said his name wrong, so he's not gonna remember me.
Not Xantham or Xanther. Or Xantha.
Sounds too familiar.
Antha. Like Antha. Yeah.
So I want to kind of hang out, like just in the background, just to see who they thought might have been
Okay.
a part of the bombings.
As you kind of tuck yourself in the back, you notice Vasad, Drago, and Zolver walking out, and Jables all walking out, and you see Vasad looking at Drago, kind of letting him know you can't really tell anything. You can see there's some commotion, and you see Vasad kind of walking away, but cleaning himself up even more as he's walking away. And then you see the other group start making their way towards Remy's pub, and it's starting to become dark.
All of them are going to Remy's pub?
Other than Vasad.
Other than Vasad.
You do notice a Guardian of Arcana walk up to that group, and they start exchanging, talking. Of course, you're probably a good 50 yards away, but it's so crowded, it's really hard to make out. It's really hard to make out what was being said between the Guardian and then the Guardian was talking to Vasad and the group, and then the Guardian left, and then Vasad kind of talked with them, and then you see Vasad walking off, and then now the rest of the group went towards Remy's pub.
Okay. I think I'm going to try to approach Vasad.
Okay. At this point, as you're approaching Vasad, you wind up catching up to him. So now, at this point, you feel that this presence coming up. You kind of get this sense that someone's coming up behind you.
Oi, lad.
I'm gonna kind of like glance over my shoulder as I'm still like maintaining my fast kind of like brisk walk. What's up?
Well, what are y'all in court for?
Somebody accused Drago here of bombing. You might know the gentleman. I forgot his name, but Drago said it was like your dad. That's all I know. All I know is I got him out of there.
I will talk to you later.
Oh, okay. And I'm just gonna.
You just keep
We
walking.
just kind of like do like I
Okay.
do like this thing, like where he goes left and like behind me, and I just kept going straight.
You just keep going.
Because
Okay.
he's on a mission.
At this point, he's kind of behind you.
Yeah, I'm beelining to them,
To
to the group.
the group. Okay. As you're walking fast, go ahead and roll a perception check. To see if you're noticing where they're at.
Perception, you said?
Yeah. 7. You're not finding them. It is becoming darker. It's becoming harder to kind of see, like, make out who's who and where. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Before I get too close, because I assume there might be a bit of bad blood at the moment, I want to. I'm gonna shout. I'm gonna try and reach out before I get too close. Let him know I'm coming.
Okay.
Oi, lads! Drago!
No response.
Alright, so I pick up my pace,
Okay.
get closer.
As you're now it's darkened. And you do remember, well, yeah, what do you want to do?
How far away am I
From
them?
well, you don't see them.
Oh, I don't see them.
Yeah, you don't
Okay.
see them. Nope.
I see. So I lost sight of them because it's
Yeah.
busy and it's dark. All
Yeah.
right. Well, since I don't see them, I'm going to go ahead and assume they're going to the pub.
Okay.
Might need a drink after that.
Alrighty. So, you make your way to Remy's pub, and you go in, and you can see that music just died down. As you approach the door, you can see this angry woman stamping her feet and walking away out of the door. Sorry, let me find this here. Yeah, you hear as you're approaching you hear music going on, but then you see this girl leaving upset. And she's a tiefling, and she kind of looked all done up, and she walks away out of Remy's.
Is she saying anything as she walks
She's
away?
just underneath her breath, and she just hears stupid. I'm so stupid, and she just keeps walking away.
All right. So I'm gonna go into Remy's.
Okay. As you walk in, you can see Drago, you can see Zolver kind of just like dancing, and you can see
Drago's dancing?
You see him drunkenly dancing, and you see Jables playing on the bar countertop his lute this song.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to Drago.
Okay. At this point, Grimholt approaches you. What would you like to do?
Would I have known it? Did I hear about it in, like in the courtroom?
What?
That it was his dad's name.
You knew that before.
Yeah, you knew it beforehand because you said, "Oh, I got things to say to him."
Yeah, 'cause that's why you willingly went.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's right. And
Yeah.
that's why you told
That's
me
why,
in the
yeah.
courtroom who did it.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I knew, telling him it was his dad, because the last name.
Okay, but I don't have the book yet.
The book. Yeah. This
No,
is what.
because we ended when I got the book and I just rolled over.
Yeah, but we're just picking up his perspective, and he's meeting you right when that girl of Zolver's left.
It's at the end.
So, yeah. Before you went back to
Yeah.
the guild. You guys
Was
are
I
still.
drunk at this point?
Yes, you guys are at Remy's.
Hi, lad. I hear you've had quite a day.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
And I'm still dancing as you're trying to talk to me.
can we go sit down and have a chat?
I think that's a conversation for another time.
I truly don't. There are things you need to know, and the sooner the better.
How drunk am I? Am I able to make conversation?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'll stop dancing. I'm going to set down my mug real quick, and then just, all right, we'll chat.
All right. I'd like to take him a little further from the music, where we can hear ourselves talk to each other.
So you guys went into a different part.
So, I was trying to find you guys, and a guard told me that they had seen you go in a certain way, and I wanted to see what was up. And I talked to Vasad, and he told me what happened today in very short terms. There's something you need to know about
Your father?
previous family lineage. Apparently my father takes some sort of issue with who you are because of what you are. And he made me make a choice. And as you can see, I'm going to show him my hand. I no longer have my ring, lad. He told me that if I was going to choose, I don't remember the words he put it, but something along the lines of filthy animals, then it was my family or them. And I do not subscribe to that belief. So, as of last night, around, say, 11 p.m., I am no longer a Scalebrand.
Well, I appreciate that. But it does not settle the issue that I'm going to have with your dad.
I understand, and if you would like, perhaps we could address the issue together. Maybe to cause minimal conflict.
Your dad tried to get me killed over something that he is probably in charge of.
Well, I can't say that I think he would be in charge of that. He does love his city. But...
Just not his son.
Exactly. If,
Do you know why your dad doesn't like me?
You know, from your perspective, all you see is Elf.
Mhm.
So,
in so shorter terms, no. It just appears we're different. And he is not fond of that.
I'm gonna just kind of like. Do cloaks? Do they like?
however you want it. It's your cloak.
Just like
Pretty much, I'm just gonna like
He just flashes him.
pull my cloak down a little bit, and you can just see the dragon scales,
Okay.
and it's golden dragon scales.
Well, that's a very nice color on you, my lad. What does showing me your chest have to do with any? What does showing me your chest have to do with any of that, though?
Our type don't really get along very well.
Your type?
Yes, and we'll leave it at that. But I have some more drinking to do, so we can worry about this tomorrow.
So long as you know that I do not condone my father's actions at all, and he will pay for what he has done.
As long as no hard feelings are between us when all this is over.
Whatever happens has to happen, I understand.
I'm going to shake your hand like a man, even though I'm a little boy.
I give it a fairly good grip.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to get back up. But now I'm in like a not dancing mood, so I'm just going to go sit at the bar.
Okay. You guys gonna go back into the bar?
I'm going to go up to the bar and ask them to give him I would like to buy a barrel of ale.
Okay.
What?
You can see Remy. You kind of see Remy just having a good time, talking with other patrons. Hello.
My friend here's had quite the hard day. I need a barrel of ale.
Sure thing. 5 gold pieces, please.
That's it. I'll throw him the 5 gold pieces.
Whole shop's on me.
All right. Well, thank you, lad. Man, business is booming. Business is booming. I did forget his voice.
We went from a little flail man
Master Roshi. Master Roshi.
to orc real bad where it counts.
Okay. He slides over the ale to you. He actually points to it because he can't lift it.
I thought this was a barrel.
Yeah, so he points you to the direction of where they're at, and you walk up to one of the barrels, and you have them.
Oi, lad. The bar might be a little too. The bar might be a little too public for you. Seem like you're wanting some alone time, so I bought you this barrel of ale.
All right.
It is the best Remy has. Enjoy, my friend.
I'll just take my mug and scoop some, I guess.
All right.
I don't really know how it works, but actually, I want to dip my whole arm into the bottom of it. That way, I get it from the bottom.
You got foam all over your arm.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to sit back in a corner and just observe because I have a lot to think about.
Okay. As the time passes, you kind of like come back to as you were like not dozing off, but like meditating on what it was, and you notice that Zolver, Drago, and Jables are no longer there, and no music. It's just calm, and you kind of come back to as you're kind of as you have thought.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way home. Well, not home now to the guild. Kind of slowly meandering because I got a lot on my mind. I'm in no rush.
Okay, so you're on your way through the. Okay, so as you walk back out into the. As you walk back out, the streets are kind of littered with some people. Not a lot. Roll a perception check for me.
Oh no, I got a nat 1.
He sees absolutely nothing.
As you are walking, you noticed a hooded figure that you were once looking for before. And this time, they taunted you, and you looked right at them, and they did a motion of this to you, and they scurried off.
Can you explain that for the viewers to know?
So the figure kind of did the motion of like drying eyes,
Like a crybaby.
like a crybaby, and then they threw up questions like
Shrug their shoulders.
how did they know what was going on unless they were following you and listening in? And then they ran off.
I am going to, against my better judgment, I'm gonna chase after him.
Okay. So you start hightailing it towards them. Go ahead and roll a perception check. 8. You get to where that figure was standing, and you look around, and you notice off in the distance, there's a watchtower or a tower. And you notice that to your left, you can see the city goes into a residential area. And you look to your left and you see that same figure off in this alleyway, kind of standing there with its arms crossed looking at you.
Still just
now
eyeing me down.
just waiting for you.
Alright, I'm gonna make my way to him.
Okay. At this point, you get close. Now, there's no light on you, other than from the moonlight cascading from the rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
And you see this figure standing there, his long cloak blowing in the wind as well. You roll another perception check. 14. You notice that as you get closer, you feel this weird energy starting to go to you. Like it's like this weird pulse.
Okay.
And you hear the voice. Here's your chance. And it's a very familiar voice. You hear, well, you wanted to do this at the hall. Well, now here I am. To make sure you wind up like your bird friend. At this point, you can see as he pulls his head back, it's the same elf-looking figure with the vine armor kind of like tightening on his body. And he says, "You're in the shadows now." And then you see him lift his hand up. And all of a sudden, the shadows start forming like hands around your feet. I need you to roll a strength or wisdom, or strength. Wait.
12.
As you continue walking down the alleyway, it's got its grip on you. Like it's holding you in place. And now roll a perception check for me.
$14.
At this point, you notice off in the corner of your eyes where the shadows are, you can see these spikes starting to form. And you can now, as you look back at him, he's holding his hand out in front of him like this, slowly rotating his hand. And before he clenches his, when he clenches his fist is when it initiates that collapse of spikes.
Okay.
Or shoots the spikes.
How far away is he?
He is now in front of you. He's about a good, we'll say, 25 feet.
25 feet. If I have a spell that doesn't tell me Hellish Rebuke, 60 feet. I'm curious as to what its versus. Thank you.
Okay. So what it is, it's you point a finger at the creature, and it's 60 feet away from you. The creature that you point at is damaged momentarily, surrounded by hellish flames. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save and half as much on a successful.
Okay.
But if you upcast it, it increases 1d10 each one past the first level. So second level up.
Okay.
Keeps getting more.
I'm gonna cast the Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
Which
As you say, he goes, your tricks didn't work on me last time. And what's the saving DC?
So it would be my dexterity. This is I don't have that version where I have the multi thing. This is my meta magic or whatever we called it.
Well, you just go up here. Just go. About that.
16.
16. He passed it.
He passed it. Okay.
He still takes damage though. He
Okay.
takes half, so you still roll 2d10.
Yeah, roll
He
2d10.
takes half. The one question I have, just from helping, I guess, more viewers and stuff, that spell that he's casting, is that a concentration since he's really focusing on his hand and stuff?
Okay.
If that's a concentration, then he has to make another saving throw.
On top of that, to keep
Keep that spell going, because if he breaks it, then he can...
okay. So
So it's a constitution, by the way.
okay.
Which is usually, I think DC's 10.
So we round up or down?
So you would round up.
Round up, so it is. That's a 6 and a 17. So it'd be 9.
9 points of damage. Okay.
So he's still remaining in concentration, right? Because he passed.
Does the flames from that? Because it's flames.
So he would accrue burn, like he's acquiring. I can't having a brain fart. Burning damage.
Would the
Fire damage.
flames hurt the shadows that are gripping me currently?
No, but he does lose his concentration on it, and you can tell that he gets hit by it, and you can see the spikes almost like dissipate, just imagine like soap and liquid. It just dissipates
Yeah, it's
like ash.
Dispersing, whatever.
Yeah.
He would be able to move more freely.
Now you kind of feel more freely, and you can see now he's holding himself, and he kind of hits that look and that worried look in his eye. So then he again throws his hand up at you to try to grab you again. Go ahead and roll another strength saving throw.
I hit my pencil. I'm gonna roll again. Oh God, 2.
2. Yeah, this time the shadows grip you.
It would 2 minus 1 1.
Okay.
So it changes things. Like it's not a nat one, but
The shadows now grip you on the legs and now on your arms and hold you in place. And then this time, he goes like he shifts his hand to go up like this, and he picks you up off the ground, using the shadow. And you can see the shadows like almost like hands just like warping into the walls, and it's just carrying you up. And now you're about 30 feet up into the air, and he grips his fist. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Okay. As
A quick question.
yeah,
The buildings around us, wood?
more of like stone.
Any, like the roof's got wood?
Yes.
Window seals have wood?
Yes.
Flammable materials? Okay.
Because you did score a nat 20 on that. You take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
you were low. God, you're lucky. You're lucky. I'm just saying.
And as he's holding you, you can hear now this little voice into your head. He says, "You know I could kill you right now. Shall I?"
While he does that, I am going to use Agonizer's Scorcher
Okay.
to blast down the side of the buildings.
Just crumble him.
I'm trying to catch him on fire because it's
Okay.
a big ball of fire.
Okay.
Essentially, it's 30 feet long and 5 feet wide. Emanates from me in a direction I choose.
Okay.
Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. Blasting them towards him. And
Nat 20.
It is a
Technically takes damage.
Okay.
what is it?
Change it.
Dexterity saving throw.
You got that 20.
Takes 3d8 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful.
So you still rolled 3d8, but you take half.
Okay.
I don't know if you anything special. So it's 20 now, but you need anything special for him. Probably like
Yeah. I'm gonna roll after he does this.
So it'd be 7.
7 points. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna roll for concentration. Yeah. He still holds it, and now he like chuckles. He pauses for a second, and you hear a, "Okay, I'll be right there. In due time." And you just hear, and he just disappears. And then now you start falling.
I just fall.
You start falling. Yep.
I don't think I have anything that'll help me with that. Let me check. I suppose I could try to, right before I hit the ground, I'm gonna cast the Eldritch Blast to try and soften my blow.
Okay, so you're gonna Eldritch Blast downward to propel you up.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast at an angle, so I don't just go straight up.
Okay.
I kind of go
Okay.
like that.
All right. So does the ground have to make a wisdom? How does that
no,
work?
It just
Well, okay, just go ahead and do it. We'll just say a performance check. We'll just do a performance check.
Yeah, because I mean that's more of a your question because
Yeah.
it's interesting because it's force, so I get it.
I see why
I don't
he's
know-
doing it, so I wonder how. Yeah,
I don't
just,
know how it would work, but more of it's, I guess, just your discretion.
yeah.
So how you want to do it?
Because every reaction, if there's an opposite reaction, because he's blasting and propelling downward, it's going to propel him backwards.
I know-
Based on,
20.
okay, yeah. As right before you hit the ground, how do you want to do it?
So I'm going to put my wrists together in sort of a like cupped claw kind of, and I'm going to blast. I'm going to have them near my stomach and kind of blast at we'll say a 75-degree angle. So I kind of.
Okay. So as you do that,
So it doesn't take me too high up. It will blast however far it blasts me, but at a low angle.
as you do that, you blast yourself and you wind up flying out of the alleyway, and you land on the ground, and people go, what in the world is going on with you? And then they're kind of looking down there, and they can see like fire emanating from like the wooden windowsills, and it's like dark down there.
Oi, guards, bring me the guards.
Guards! And then you can hear them hollering for guards, and a couple of them, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there's one patrolling. You hear one shuffling up. What's the matter?
The leader. The leader, he's here.
Who? Leader who? Who's
The
here?
leader of the hand.
The hand? Who's... I'm so confused, sir. Are you okay?
The person who attacked the Scarlet Hall.
Where?
Down the alley, he disappeared.
You can see him peeking down there, and he whistled. And you can hear it whistle out. And sir, are you okay?
I am fine.
And he kind of helps pick you up.
Go find him.
And now other guards start to come up, and they start going down that alleyway. And they're like looking all around. They're like, what? And you hear them down in the hall. We don't see him.
I'm not going to respond. I'm beelining it towards the guild and hoping my friends are there.
Okay.
I'm just raging.
And on that note, we'll pick it up next time. Thank you guys for listening to... I almost said thank you guys for listening to Roll Initiative. All right. We'll see you guys next time.